Yeah, so I promise I will talk about androgyny, partially because several people that I met along the way um have asked me and to make a video, and likewise just keeping up with my community and trying to keep um the communication going and the communication flowing and the information um coming, that you can research it for yourself, as I said before, um, from stud. The information that I give you, I don't rely on you just listening to me to find it. I rely on you going into your soul, your heart, your mind, and also tapping into the natural resources that you have around you via books, internet, movies, television, and word of mouth, griot, oral storytelling, to find the information, because a great deal of information, as we know, is not going to be passed down on a written tablets. A lot of it is oral. So, knowing that and understanding that, you can know and understand that the tradition and a great deal of the knowledge concerning transgenderism, androgyny, has also been subjugated and muted and destroyed and diminished. Yet throughout each culture, major civilization, the civilizations that we have intact, that are remnants of the Kushite and the Kemetic periods, but the Kushites that ventured off into India, um, you have your Inuks, your Shakti, and your Shiva, um, and also your Loki. So you have these different various cultures and traditions, even within your Eastern Asia continents, that migrated eastward, northeast. They do have even your Japanese culture has a section within it where just for your masculine females who do not take the traditional heterosexual role in society, rather that her essence and her being is of the opposite nature. And so if you understand my simple science video, and when we talk about biology from the standpoint of where we are today, how it applies today, in that you have a double X and an XY, and that double X can produce both more X's or XY's depending on the message that she sent. And I think I alluded to your Virgin Mary. And so, and that premise that you have throughout, of the woman being able to give birth without an external partner. Of course, in science, we have that in terms as asexuality. Um, and a lot of androgynes are asexual, and they do not necessarily participate or engage in sexual activities with anyone. But should they choose to, it would be a person of the opposite gender, meaning internal sex or mental biology of sex, mental person. So, when we talk about that and we understand a little bit more, just connecting the dots between the science that we have today, the writings that we read from the ancients, the ancestors, um, the remnants that are there. And if you understand that even with the deities that you saw on the walls and the deities that you see that are portrayed as male characters, as I stated before in another video, my grandmother has the last name King, but that didn't make her a male. It just simply means that she had a masculine name, but she was a feminine person. So if you understand all these things, and then if you go and you start tapping into some old books and some old searches and some old theories, like before the Mayflower, what else we got in here? Soul of Black Folks. And another very interesting book. Yeah, excuse me. All my colors. Because I like to relax and stay warm. But this book that I'm currently reading, a very awesome book. I've read it before, but I'm reading it again. It was published in 1981. It's called The Dark Ancestor, the Literature of Black Men in the Caribbean. And a particular section in here that caught my eye and brought me back to a reminiscent state of what it is I've been writing about myself. And understanding, I had to flip all the way back because I got pretty far in this book. But it's actually in the very beginning of this book where it begins to talk about the roles of male and females within the society. And the masking of the deities. They say that he called it the remasking of the deities in order to protect religion. But if you go back and you study some of the other books, Gerald Massey and other books written previously, and we all have to understand, if you understand, all books have their own particular bias, perspective. Everybody writes from a certain perspective. If you understand connections and you understand the uprooting, the separations, and how you had female entities that were the originals, and from them branched off the singular male and the singular female, and how that lasted for eons and eons, or however many years we want to claim it happened. And thusly now, so if you understand, if you've been following mythology and been tapping into it a little bit, you understand the return of the gods and how it is very important for us to protect our and gay and transgender youth as they begin to unravel themselves and discover their hidden talents in them. Of course, you see we have lots and lots of talent. If you view the YouTube videos, we have everything from actors, characters, all the way up through intellectuals, people who dedicate their time towards learning the sciences, the liberal arts, the 7 visible things that are in this earth. So we have people that are dedicated towards those things, and so as you begin to see more people tap into that knowledge, tap into that spirituality, tap into that openness, to have an open mind, to see beyond physicalities into the spiritual side and the spiritual nature of a person, you'll see more of a cohesiveness within society once we lay aside the you're gay and Christian, Muslims, and Jews are all heterosexual, and God hates that because if you realize that it is, these texts are metaphysical texts, then the homosexuality occurs when you are with a contrite spirit such as yourself, and both of y'all are building up hatred. You know what I'm saying? That's homosexuality of the spirit. You're going after spirit that equally enjoy abusing and causing pain in other people's lives, instead of seeking after something the opposite, or the opposite of who you are. Bring a challenge to your nature, to bring a challenge to who you are as a person. Because without, even when we talk about the metaphysics of bodybuilding, you have to lift weights. And with that weightlifting, you build muscle, you build character. The same is true with your spiritual life. If you're with someone that's just like you, you can't build. Well, I always talk my time, but I hope I'm gonna come back and finish up and make a part 2. All right, peace.